Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Shelter. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and to get the news version earlier, you can get it on our Patreon, where it's $5 a month, $50 a year. So, on the last Let's Play, we continue with the update, which consisted primarily of us having a group, or, I guess it's a bit early to say it now, but you can understand what I'm meaning. It's a furry game. Anyways, let's continue after I set my face. I feel a hand on my shoulder. Luke and Alfie crawl to me, still nodding together as well. Well, you could probably see what that would mean. I smile at Luke, and we both lean close for a kiss him. I smile at Luke, and we both lean close for a kiss him. Boop. Boop. Alfie wags his tail, clearly happy with everyone getting along so well together. And not how I expected the night to go, to be completely honest with you. I mean, yeah, none of us expected, okay, now I can say orgy, or, the sabotage, or the attack on Shelter. Yeah, me neither. You okay, though? Oh, yeah, I kind of need that. Alfie's such a good lover. And the things he says, when he really gets into it. Oof. Oh, I know. He's full of surprises. Thank you for taking good care of Luke, Alfie. Oof. Just so you know, I want to do this together with you too. One-on-one, in private. Sometime. Oh, totally. But you shouldn't worry about me. This is a good thing for me too. We both need to experience more traditional canine hospitality like this. Lots of culture to catch up on. Yeah, culture. We should go meet them outside Shelter from time to time then. It's not like I mind being with them or anything, but I don't think it would be the best idea to walk around Shelter and let everyone know that me and the whole pack of Eternal Winternauts are... Oh my dog almighty! Whoa! What's up, guys? So, I see you already got over the whole alienation thing. Huh. Surprisingly direct methods, Max. Also, now that I think of it, I would definitely want to be in, canine, learn more about canine culture, not just with the males, though. I mean, think of it. Large canine or woven ladies. Just saying. Yeah, swing both ways. Okay, focus on thinking about big wolf ladies, or men. Or Jackalman. Anyways, I want to scream. I didn't plan this, but I just covered my face and pressed it against Shagbart's heaving chest and grabbed my body for still feeling so much pleasure with each throb of his knot inside me. The silence drags awkwardly. Even the other bandits quiet down, probably nodded somewhere in the shadows and try and stay unnoticed by Burry and Rune. I knew this was a bad idea. You said it. Yeah, I agree. Well, if you put it like that. I sigh. Seriously, we should make Alfie our official our official spokesdog. So, are we still doing this, or... Burry sighs and grabs Rune by the scruff, stopping him in his tracks to join us. The St. Bernard looks all around us, sternly. First at me, tied to Shagbark, letting out a quiet cough. Then his eyes linger on Luke and Alfie, making the insides of his ears grow a little red. He glances all across the room, growing more and more frustrated at the sight of each knotted, spent, and sex-drenched couple. I can't ignore the way the cloth over his loins rises ever so slightly, right before he turns around and drags him with the loudly objecting husky, What, no woo? Okay, climb down. No, let me go. Rune. That's so unfair. I've been a good boy tonight. I want a dick. Good, me too. So stop talking and climb down. There's a short pause, and then a oh, followed by the sound of two big dogs climb down the ladder, slowly quieting down as they go distant. Well, I hope they have fun. As for us, I guess that probably could have gone a little smoother. Despite everything that's happened tonight, I wanted to make Luke as comfortable and happy as possible. I can't help but worry that having Burry and Rune see us like this could have been embarrassing to him. Yeah. However, all those worries melt away the moment he starts patting my back, and I'm so visibly distressed. He's taken it upon himself to calm me down when I should be the one comforting him? No, it takes me one look at his smiling face to see there's nothing to worry about. This was a miraculously wonderful end to an extraordinary, challenging night, and a smile reflects that. We survived a great challenge and grew stronger as shoulders packed throughout it. Right now, as Luke and I embrace each other awkwardly, still tied to our respected partners, I feel a connection beaming together stronger than ever. Sometimes we are slaves to our nature, but it is exactly our nature that attracts us together to form packs. This carnal expression of unity is not something not to reject. It's not something but just celebrate. This carnal expression is not something not... Wouldn't that mean to reject? Sorry. Like, my brain's like, wait, not reject, which would be reject, right? I'm gonna save a whole bunch of these typos, maybe. Luke isn't a canine, but I get the feeling he understands that too. That's why he looks so filled right now. Yes, I may not be able to truly understand Luke again at the level of his species at the same way I did that one extraordinary night in the past, but that doesn't mean I can't help him in my own ways. I have a role. That role is to be the one who nurtures the connection between our pack in ways that Luke can't. I'm dedicated to living by that. I might not shake it off. I might have not started my life as a canine myself, but I will continue to grow, to be the doggest dog in the whole world, for Luke, for myself, for Acri, and for every other member of the pack, for shelter. Yeah, for as long as I live. I will never let shelter go cold. Everybody died that night. Or somebody did. With the monsters gone, the denizens of shelter were finally safe once again. However, the horror that night lingered in their hearts. They had come to the consequences once the dawn come. The impossible fact the world was it's possible to face the world and expect no loss. Some of the dogs were never found again. With Cooper's body secured, the dogs gave him a huge funeral spanning one day and one night of various ceremonies. Over the next weeks, emissaries of important Uglates and canine clans came to pay him respect. I knew he was a renowned person. I was so surprised to see bulls and sheep risking their own safety, transversing through this kingdom to see him. Also, was there always telephone or electric poles outside here? Sorry. Eventually, he was taken away for the final rest in warmer lands southwest, where his body could naturally decompose and feed the land. Seeing all that made me realize how much I wished to have gotten to know that special person more intimately than I had chance. Dandelion had a much smaller funeral, and no one from his clan came to see him. I don't remember him dying. I remember what's his name died, but The guy that just thing, but I don't remember Dandelion dying. Unless this was another thing of a root. A much more certain outcome befell Thistle, and some of the dogs from Rune's sword class, training class. Those who didn't manage to flee were all trapped and bested by the monsters. Wait, is this going on to a root? Because I remember Thistle dies and wins things, but... Huh. Thistle, Commodore Mate, Border Collie, Mammoth, Jerry, Durth, Clan, and the Pug were those unfortunate dogs. Yeah, they're supposed to survive. What happened? Diesel, Great Dane, Pan, and Boss were the only survivors. Alan was also never seen shelter again. No trace of him were ever found, like he disappeared into thin air. Those are all terrible losses for everyone. Shelter grew quiet, while the survivors mourned their loss. Lost. The Ashen Tails, the heroes, were ashamed of being unable to help due to their succumbing to shelter sickness. They blamed themselves for the losses of that night. After staying a couple more weeks to help them get back on their feet, and eventually they left. They laughed while waving their farewells, but I feel shame and sadness lingering behind those smiles. However, it is not Shelter's custom to mourn forever. Life went on, and enthusiasm returned to people's hearts once the gossip of the recent discovery spread among them. Access to a new room was gained after the blackout, and allegedly it held something of the potential to stop the countdown to Shelter's death. Skies Ablaze was not necessary anymore. The details of that new discovery remained unknown to the general public. For as long as they had the turret shells to shoot, Skies Ablaze was still held for regular celebrations. Once a year, it gathered huge crowds of dogs from all over the country. Many of those people added to Shelter's ranks. Finally, Shelter's capacity stopped being an issue, and its corridors could be filled with as much life as there was willing to come. A few unavoidable blackouts happened in the coming years, but nothing came anything close to the severity of that fateful Skies Ablaze one. Shelter remained safe. Of the surviving dogs from Luke's sword training class decided to abandon their goal of becoming excavators. Instead, they found much better, fulfilling futures for themselves. Diesel became a Guillermo. Pan started learning the baker's trade. Boss turned out to be a pretty successful painter. And Great Dane decided to return back south. Despite being so obviously into each other, Baxter and Soren never became a couple. They never kissed. Still, they were safe. The dogs could set their eyes on a bright future once again. Burry became much firmer into forcing Luke to take better care of himself. After a lot of nagging, he finally managed to convince him to hire a couple of dogs to help in the tavern. Even as the years went by and Luke made close friendship with various other dogs, Burry was always there with him through thick and thin. He always will be. He remained a Shelter's chief protector. He became significantly more involved in Luke's affairs, to the point of being even more overbearing than before, but in a good way. As for Max, he kept his promise of getting Luke more invested in Shelter's Pack's day-to-day life. A part of that was convincing him to leave the tavern work to Burry, and instead focus on music performances with Max. They both composed new pieces and shared them with dogs together. It made both of them happier, and the pack grew to express their affection to Luke more openly. The social threads between all of them grew stronger each day, and the two friends became absolutely inseparable. Still, they visited Shagbark and the Eternal Winterknots regularly as well. Over time, they all grew intimately more close in the most canine way possible. Barry and Rune never joined in the regular orgies, though. They kind of became a couple on their own. When Max and Luke weren't spending time with the pack, they worked on Shelter's maintenance together. In time, Max managed to control the power with his crystal for short periods of time, but they left that only for absolute emergencies, especially since they didn't want to risk its decay. Still, having That took a lot of weight off Luke's shoulders. Finally, everything felt right. In the past, Luke used the dream of going outside for excavation trips. However, it was not something that bothered him anymore. It was not that he gave up. Rather, he finally realized that what he wanted was not necessarily what he needed to be fulfilled. His happiness wasn't to be found outside. It was always there with him, alongside his friends. Once they all learned to speak up and truly listen to one another, everything finally fell in place for good. Years later, disturbing news reached Shelter from the Crimson Royal Grove, the kingdom's capital. A series of assassinations of top Lupine officials, followed by a messy regicide, completely changed the country's political landscape overnight. The new ruler seemed to be more popular with his subjects, growing support of his desire despite being stricter and more controlling than his predecessor. In that new order, Shelter's autonomy became a problem that had to be fixed even by force. Facing actual open war against the Grove's wolves and dogs, Luke and his friends didn't keep the bloody conflict for long. Didn't keep? They collected all the most dangerous relics in the collection and, with a heavy heart, left to re-establish their base far away in the rodent country, making allies among the people with long history of living in hiding. With over 100 dogs from the old shelter, they started fresh, barely interacting with the people of their old kingdom. Still, they knew a day would come where the world would call them back on stage again. Eventually, they were faced with a great crisis that would decide the fate of the whole world, a challenge impossible to overcome by its very principles. But who says that's what's impossible or not? As long as one lives, hope can be found in unexpected places. They all came to these lands, to the lands of cold, endless white, as far as the eye can see, and they found warmth in each other. Together, for sure, they take on whatever the world throws at them. After all, despite everything, they are not alone. That's an interesting ending that's like, and then they had to abandon it. I guess it's weird that it's doing this ending thing right here without there being like, here's all this fan art here, and Ross being like, hey, it's Myth talking. Now maybe it's after all this? Where's my name? It's GamerWolf. Gonna take a hot minute. Boing. And I can let my jaw rest. Maybe I should get that thing for that, like, that one guy that was Ghost in Ebenezer Scrooge had. Oh, fuck, where am I? There it is. Top left. Nope, just left. My jaw hurts. You know that thing where you tie like a bit of cloth from under your chin to above it? Because it hoits. A man named Salad. Who's XX space X? Windings. Okay, note to self. Thumbnail is 1921. Fin de semana. Which, oops, wrong way for that camera. Which I guess means weekend. In Spanish. Runtime. Only one uwu. Character cum count. What is this thing here? Unconscious deaths, Cooper kiss, IRL cum count. Click what? Click that, Dad? Blue ball count? Well done, you. You're gonna be here for a while. With third and ultimate route finish, the last remaining leg of your shelter adventure has finally been concluded. And boy, what a journey it was. Surprise, drama, action, questionable romance, vulgar slapstick comedy. Hopefully, all of that was enough to distract you from the bleakness and pointlessness of your existence, even if just for a few ultimately forgettable hours. It do be like that sometimes? And even though you're going to leave now and find another distraction, allow me to voice my gratitude for everything you've done for us. Every block of text you've seen, every ooh-woo you've heard, every time you died. Also, can I click the ooh-woo? Why don't we have one ooh-woo? All of this paved your way to this moment. Doesn't that fill you with a sense of accomplishment? And perhaps closure? Wait a sec. Doesn't seem accurate. Oh, well, the tracker variables were only added just now, so yeah, those events weren't connected to until this update. But hey, at least you can set up one of those statistics correctly yourself, which it requires manual input. So, are we good? Do you need help uninstalling Shelter, or we'll have to put up update 40? Alan, what did you do? What do you mean? Come on, stop looking at me like that. You're making this weird. Is this about the turret thing? Do you think I did that just because one of my knives was there? I have a lot of knives, and sometimes it's not impossible. I could misplace one of them by accident. I mean, it is weird. Why would he do that unless he wanted to be caught, or else he was like, I'm gonna cut this. I discussed with myself, throw this knife in the same area. But if I really went to sabotage Shelter, do you think I would have left an incriminating piece of evidence like that right on the crime scene? You didn't care. You didn't plan to come back. Oh, come on. Just look at those cuts. You must have seen how messy they were. So amateurish. Seriously, I'm offended you would ever think so lowly of my craft. Okay, maybe you didn't do it. Oh, duh. Also, what happened to Teak? But you also wouldn't just misplace one of your knives either. You care too much about them. One way or another, you were involved, and... Yeah, very cool theory. You should go and discuss it online with someone. It's right here, right now. I think you should finally wrap it up. I'm sure you have places to be. I know you do. If you want a clear answer, then no, I didn't cut the cables. I swear, on my honor as a rogue. Satisfied? On that, I guess. I know you never break your word. Indeed, I don't. So, give me a word that you will answer one of my questions truthfully, and I'll leave you be, I promise. Seriously? Why do you have to be so bloody problematic? Fine, one question. I promise I will neither lie nor deceive you in my answer. Then you will leave. Yes, I will. Okay then. Shoot. So, is it going to be a sex thing? I know what happened to pretty much everyone. Thistle, Cooper, the dogs from Rune's sword training class. Ah, yes, them. Ask me whatever you need to know. For this one question, I am an open book to you. Elon. What happened to Teak? Yep. What? Who? Elon. Enough! This is ridiculous. I don't have to explain myself to you. You promised. I promised I wouldn't lie. I don't lie. I don't have to tell you anything. Stay here forever, and never leave if you like. I don't care. I mean, we're all going to go to the void eventually, you know. I knew it. Something happened to Teak. And what does it matter? Whatever happened to him was for the best for everyone, I assure you. For you especially. Seriously, good riddance. You know what kind of dog he was. He was just the worst. I mean, yeah, maybe Burry, Rune, and Max used to be ruthless murderers with a combined death count totaling those close to quadruple digits. But at least they weren't mean to you with their words for being a human, right? Shut up and tell me what happened. No. Tell me. Screech all you like. You're not going to get anything out of me. There's absolutely nothing you can say to me right now that can make me crack. Are we going to talk about his pink dick then? And for a good reason, even if I told you, there's nothing you can do to change his fate anymore, besides the other route. I think is on 40. I'm not sure if it's another route or if it's just an extra thing. I know you've grown to think you're powerful and that you can do anything, but this is not the case anymore. At this point, his conclusion is set in stone, no matter what either of us do. Look, I get it. You have the whole shtick of wanting to save everyone. Naive, but cute. But in the end, maybe it should stop. It should stop being about saving everyone, instead being that saving those who deserve it. Those who deserve it? Yeah. So you won't tell me? No. I see. I see. I know you're stubborn. You're right. There's probably nothing I can do to change your mind right now. That doesn't matter. I'll still find a way to make you speak. Question mark, exclamation mark? What do you mean by that? Hey! Where are you going? Star! What do you plan to do? Nothing. When the time comes, you would want me to intervene. I'll do nothing. Let's see if Max, what? A pin? Ooh, thank you for playing Max's boot. Neuron activation. So yeah, that's it. 3 dogs, 3 routes, all finished. And yet there still seems to be far more left to be done. I wished it promised a happy ending after all. There's hardly one so many good boys who lost. We're pretty dissatisfied. We weren't able to do anything for this one, Kupo. And the other guy. Look at that face! They survived the cats. It would be kind of lame just to have them fall for random monsters. In the end, the most important thing... 35? Wait, who's 35? Oh, I guess him? Is that you'd want, but rather the best ending of the story is. I still remains, even at the boys' part like that. My bleeding bones, I need a break. The thing I can say for certain is that this isn't the final shelter build just yet. Hey, Knives Out. I hope you'll stay with me a bit longer. I know I shouldn't tell you what to expect in the upcoming content, but I'd like to at least have you something to think about. Well, we can build 40. The titles of the 3 words weren't chosen at random. Those words and themes have been following a clearly directive progressive pattern based on specific concept. I wonder if it's enough to make you realize what it is. If not, I'll explain it clearly to you in the future. In the meantime, I'll ignore any DMs about it, and neither conform nor refute. Wasn't that good? It's so fluffy! I'm gonna die! Ooh, Takihara. I don't need a new Taki, I got 5 of them. And you can't make me get more. Isn't there like a list of shelter updates? Because I'm looking for the name and God, my jaw hurts. We're sorry, not in the fun way either. But okay, that doesn't have any names there. Would I have to go back in time? I mean, I guess I could and look at my past YouTube videos and look for them, since they don't seem to be on Itch and they don't seem to be on Steam. I mean, not Steam, Patreon. I wish more visual novels were on Steam. You know, it'd just make it easier. But do you have to pay money for things to be on Steam? Yeah, I guess we'll just have to go to the last one and look at it. Anyway, I hope you had fun. I want to do something new with something new with every route. This one was very experimental in multiple ways. As for the porn scene, in case you weren't aware, the orgy option was voted for by the patrons and won by 1 vote difference. Was I able to vote? I mean, I could have also been busy. I mean, it's been a hectic, bad year. So things could have flown underneath the radar. Also, that seems dangerous. Just like with Ruin's alternative sex scene, we will have Max's and Bowie's eventually made too, depending on what gets decided on. For Max, that would be the option, where you just crack him in the control panel and successfully close the gates, let him enjoy Luke in private. That's what happens next. Next pull happens. Say, I'm in a guy and you kill Shagbuck off. That would be such a waste of perfectly good thought. Sorry, I'm tired. Some spoilers on Patreon. There you go. Guess a boy. Thanks to that guy, Sleeth, for beginning of the project. Man, it seems like such long ago because, like, I started this in, like, 2020? Or at least that's the oldest save I have. Though I think... yeah, I guess I started checking out this game in 2021. 3 years ago. It do be like that. And hey, there's my name, GamerWolfSix. Thanks to other people. There's a Shoto V and Twitter, I think. Pictures. It's not late at night, it's like... oh, it's noon. Man, I've been doing what I haven't been doing all day. Like, it was 8 o'clock when I started, and then all of a sudden it's 1 o'clock. The hell? Let's see, that was 8, 9 o'clock, 10... oh, I guess I did Furry Shades of Gay as well. Thank you for all your work sharing oh, people in China. I guess it's translations. I was like, wait, can Chocho not go to China? Yay, good boys. I want to be called a good boy. Good, now what? Heh. No, what now indeed. Next time on Shelter, nothing happens. Or does it? See you next month. Oh, whoa. Oh, box of Korea, but you always pick a word. Maybe I'll have a bit of a visual novel break and stuff like that. Between this Let's Play and Next Play, I'll catch up on all these things. Maybe. At least I can just cover my butt by having people cover up their butts. Bottom wound. I could have sworn we did that. Oh, but this game does the thing where we do, or does the jumps and stuff, and I'm gonna have to remember things. I thought we left Shelter when we were with Max. Or wait, maybe that was Burry's. Yeah, that was Burry's route, because Rune died or something like that and reincarnated, and then we tried to save him, and then we died. Shoot the darkness. Anyways, spare your animals, and until next time, let's me, GamerWolfSix. I'm Shelter. I'm just gonna quickly do this. Boop. Oh, right, that's Furry Shades of Gay. Events. I'm gonna look at the porn pictures. Oh, that must be Rune bottoming. Yep, then a couple of guys Looking at a big knot. Oh, then it moves me all the way to the top. Boo. Mm-hmm. Sausage time there. Ooh woo. And more wooing. You know what's a cute one? Listen. It's young Woon. What is that, tempo? Hmm. Was this here originally, or did this come after the scene? I think it might have came after the scene, because I don't exactly remember it. The thing. Anyways, until next time, I'm gonna have a cup of tea and rest, and also watch a stream. So, thanks and see ya.